The first parents in the U.S. to be held criminally responsible for a mass shooting committed by their child are set to be sentenced this morning. James and Jennifer Crumbley were both convicted of involuntary manslaughter. They were tried separately after their son, Ethan Crumbley, pleaded guilty to killing 4 students and injuring 7 others at his Michigan high school in 2021. Ethan Crumbley was sentenced last year to life in prison without parole. And for more on today's hearing, we want to bring in CBS News national correspondent Nikki Battiste. Nikki, let's just backtrack for a second. How did we get here, and what are these parents convicted of?
So you just mentioned these parents have both been convicted in separate trials of involuntary manslaughter. This case is monumental. This is the first time ever in a mass shooting where parents have been held responsible in some way for that shooting, according to 2 juries who found these 2 parents guilty in 2 separate trials. This happened in the fall of 2021. Ethan Crumbley, in a math class that day, had been drawing a gun, bullets, and a wounded figure, and had written on this piece of paper, blood everywhere, "My life is worthless." His parents were called to the school that day in Michigan. It's a Michigan school. They were told what he had written. There were concerns about him. His parents were asked to take him home, and they refused. A few hours later, he opened fire, killing 4 students and wounding 7 others at this school. So that's what happened. Fast forward to this sentencing today. It's the first of its kind.
And because it's so precedent setting, do we have any sense, Nikki, of what to expect today?
So each parent, I think you mentioned, faces up to 15 years. We do expect victim impact statements. We also learned from a court filing last week that Jennifer Crumbley is asking to have house arrest instead of going to prison at her attorney's house. The prosecutors argued she has shown a complete lack of remorse. James Crumbley in the court filing is asking for time served. He's been in prison since December of 2021, but he also, according to prosecutors, made threatening comments against one of the prosecutors during a jail phone call, but his lawyer said he was just venting his frustrations to loved ones. So these are all things that the judge will take into consideration today, and ultimately, those sentences are entirely up to her.
Okay, Nikki Battiste, thank you. And CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson joins us now for more analysis on this morning's sentencing. Jessica, how much time behind bars are the Crumbleys facing?
Up to 15 years each. And as Nikki was saying, the prosecutors are going to ask for the higher end here. Prosecutors are saying what is appropriate is 10 to 15 years. Of course, the defense attorneys are arguing for something very different. And as we just heard, the judge will hear impact statements, and then the judge, in her discretion, will decide where between what the defense is arguing, which is essentially time served and or time served plus house arrest, and 10 to 15 years, they will actually see prison time.
And I want to ask about something interesting Nikki had just mentioned, which is that Jennifer Crumbley is asking to be placed on house arrest. What might this look like, and how likely is that to be granted?
Well, it would look like a tether, essentially something like a ankle monitor, so that you know where she is, so that she's not a member of society in the sense that she can roam freely wherever she wants. But it would look like she has some ability. What she's arguing for is to rebuild her life, to become part of the community again. And what her defense attorney is arguing is that she is remorseful. She has been in prison for a number of years now, and that there's no other public interest that's served by keeping her in prison when she can become a productive member of society again. So it would probably look like there are specific limits on where she can go and when. How likely is that? Because this is a case where it really is a first in the nation type of case, I have to say I don't know what the judge is going to do, because we just don't have a corollary of parents who have been found themselves guilty of involuntary manslaughter for a crime like this.
And Jessica, there's so much public interest in this case. And as Nikki had said, this could be precedent setting. Could this impact any future similar cases?
Absolutely. I mean, the case itself and the sentence, it's a great question. So whenever you have a first in the nation type of case, then the question is it the last in the nation? Is it an aberration, or is it a pattern? And I have to say, I think that this will become part of the pattern, in part because, and it's tragic to say, this isn't going to be the last school shooting. And what we're doing as a society is looking for ways that we can reduce these shootings to punish people. And so we have, on a separate track, tried to find gun manufacturers liable. We have, in this case, tried to find successfully the parents liable. And so, because it was successful here, I think you will see other prosecutors try. Now, you need similar facts. There were bad facts against the Crumbleys, but I don't think this will be the last time. In terms of the sentence, it might make the judge more reticent to go for what the prosecutors are asking, the 10 to 15 years, because we've never been here before. But that really depends on the judge listening to the victim impact statements, looking the Crumbleys in the eye, and determining what's an aggravating factor, what's a mitigating factor.
And we're looking at images I want to mention, Jessica, inside the courtroom right now. You can see James Crumbley just arrived in court for sentencing today. Jessica, what kind of factors might the judge consider before they make their decision, and how long might this process take?
Really good question. So I think it could take a while because, unfortunately, there are a lot of victims here, and therefore there will be a lot of victim impact statements. These will be emotional. They are meant to be emotional. And this is the moment for the victims to have their moment in court to say to a judge, this is what happened to us, and don't show them any sort of leniency. And so, what is the judge going to be looking for? Part of why we heard the prosecution say there's no remorse in this case is that that's what the judge will look for. Was there any remorse? The defense attorneys will say they've already served their debt to society. They've been in prison for years now. They don't have prior criminal convictions. The judge will be looking at all that. What's on the plus side? What's on the minus side?
And we're looking again at images inside the courtroom. You can see just moments ago as you were speaking, Jessica, Jennifer Crumbley also arrived in court. She's wearing that striped shirt, and you can see her in these images here. I also want to ask you whether this is normal. I know this is a very unusual case, Jessica, but that even though Jennifer Crumbley and James Crumbley were both tried separately, their sentencing happening together on the same day in the same courtroom.
So I will say, and I know this isn't a fulfilling answer, there isn't anything particularly normal about this, but it is not a huge aberration to see that the guilt phase of a trial would be bifurcated, and then the sentencing phase would bring the defendants back together. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. And that's in part because they pointed the finger a little bit at each other in the sense of it wasn't me, I'm not wholly responsible, it was my husband, and or vice versa. And so that's why for the guilt phase, they had slightly different legal arguments, competing arguments, and you really do need to separate those trials. But what you see in some complex cases with more than two defendants even is then at the end of the day, the judge brings them back, we're all in the courtroom together, and you are looking at exactly what you're looking at today, which is both defendants will receive their sentences. It doesn't mean they receive the same sentences. Certainly, I think we could see different sentences for each of them.
Some really important context. We appreciate this, Jessica Levinson. And again, we're looking at images inside the courtroom right now of James and Jennifer Crumbley expecting to hear their sentencing today. We'll bring you more on this throughout the morning.